So in this video we are going to learn about the OOPS concepts in Java. Okay. So OOPS concepts, we can say it as object, class, then encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. So these are the major concepts in Java. In the introduction part also we have seen, and here we are going to see somewhat elaborately. Okay, va? So the object or the entity that is having the state and the behavior is called as object. Okay, so in real world we are having many objects. Just we can have pen or table or keyboard or car. Everything is an object, and it can be either a physical or it can be a logical one. Okay, so object means it will be having a state as well as the behavior. Okay, so pen, what is the state of the pen? That is, the size will be in length. Okay, and the behavior, it can write. Okay, then chair, the state is it will be having the four legs and the color. So these are the state, and the behavior we can sit. Okay, so that is what the behavior. The keyboard, it will be in different size, and it will be having different keywords, and moreover the behavior we can learn music. Okay, so this is what about that object. So any object or that will be having the state and behavior. Another example, we can say it as a car. So car is having the status, that is color, then model. These are the state. Behavior, it has the ability to move. Okay, so that is the behavior. That is we can say it as a object. The next one is called the class. So these collection of these objects are called of same kind is called the class. Okay, we can say it as a logical entity. So it comprises three compartment. Class comprises three compartments, that is class name, static attribute, and dynamic behavior. Okay, static means that is fixed, dynamic means it varies. Okay, so that is what the components of the class. The next one is a class structure. See here the example that is shown for the student as well as the circle. Okay, so in the case of student, we are having the variables or the attribute, that is the name, gender, department, marks, then address, email, phone number, everything comes as the attribute. And the method, we can get the detail, we can display the detail, and we can calculate the grade. Okay, so these are the methods in the case of student. Next one is the circle. So here we can calculate the area of circle. So that is the behavior, and we can get the value of the radius, that is the behavior. So that is the method, and it can be calculated, the circle can be calculated by the radius, that can be the attribute. Okay, so this is the class structure. Next one, that is the instance of a class. Okay, so here the student, that is John, Priya, and Anil, these are the instance of a class. We can have many instance for a single class. Okay, so see here John, the name, gender, department, mark, every attributes varies from one instance to the another instance. Okay, so this is the instance of the class student. The next one is the abstraction. Okay, so abstraction, that is totally deal with the idea rather than the event. So it deals with totally hiding the details. Okay, what are the things that are essential to the user only is viewed. That is what known as the abstraction. Okay, and the abstract class, that is defined by using the keyword abstract, and moreover this abstract cannot be used in the class directly, so it will be inherited from another class. Okay, it can be only inherited from another class. We cannot create an object of an abstract class, so we have to inherit from another class. Okay, the next one is the interface. Okay, so interface means it is the collection of abstract method as well as the static constant. And here each method in interface, each method will be public and abstract, but it does not contain any constructor. And one thing, that is the multiple inheritance is not available in Java, and it is achieved by using the concept of interface. Next one is the encapsulation. That is the main definition here. That is wrapping or binding up of code and data together in a single unit. So that is what called the encapsulation. Okay, that is it hides the data. Okay, it hides the data, and any modification cannot be done in that particular data. Okay, and the Java class is an example for the encapsulation. Next one we have to see about the inheritance. So that is, it is the special feature of object oriented programming, and to create a new class from the existing class. So that is what called the inheritance. And here we can say it as a two different class, that is the parent class and the child class, or we can call it as super class or base class as the parent class, and subclass or derived class as the child class. Okay, and the one important definition here is the what do you mean by a parent class and what do you mean by a child class. Okay, that is the child class means if the class that inherit the properties, then it is what called the child class, and where the properties are inheritors, so that is what called the parent class. Okay, and it is divided into four different types, that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So first we will see about the single inheritance. That is the property or the behavior that is inherited from a single class. So that is what called the single inheritance. Here class A is the parent class and class B is the child class, or class A is the super class or base class, and here class B is the derived class, or we can say it as a subclass. Okay, so the class B is inherited from class A, so we can say it as a single inheritance. Next one is the multi-level inheritance, that is just it is having some level in case of inheritance. Okay, so here class B is inherited from class A and class C is inherited from class B. Okay, so that is, we can say the class having more than one parent. So the class C is having class B as well as class A as a parent. So this is what called the multi-level inheritance. Next one is the hierarchical inheritance. That is a class having more than one child class. Then it is what called the hierarchical inheritance. See here in this example, class A which is having class B as well as class C as the child. So this is what called the hierarchical inheritance. Next one is the hybrid inheritance. So this is in which here, that is combination of multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance is called the hybrid inheritance. Okay, so here just by seeing the diagram itself you can see class A, class B, class C. So that is what called the hierarchical inheritance, and class A, class B and class D is a multi-level inheritance. Another multi-level inheritance is class A, class C and class D. Okay, so these are the different types of inheritance. Next is the polymorphism. Polymorphism, that is many. Poly means many, morph means many form. Okay, so a single code in which various data can be applied and we can get the solution. So already here see the example they have given, that is a bank. Bank is a main method, and here it will be handling some rate of interest, but the same data can be, same logic can be used for SBI, ICICI and Axis Bank, in which one thing, that is the rate of interest may vary. So the data may vary, but a single code. Okay, so that is what called the polymorphism. That is a variable, a function or object that can take earn multiple forms. So that is what called the polymorphism. So here we can see about, in the coming videos we can see about the different types of polymorphism, that is the runtime polymorphism and compile time polymorphism. Okay, thank you.